let's get on to our next topic. Would you rather have flags or Christmas lights hanging from the lamppost in your street? 0207 862 2222. So get those calls coming in now. A village in Kent has been told by the Reform-run county council, and I think that might be important, that it can't put up its Christmas lights unless it takes the flags down first, because they pose a safety risk. Kent County Council say the contractor Harrietsham Parish Council can just take down the flags when installing the lights, but the Parish Council, that's the one run by Reform, says the contractor they've hired isn't allowed to take the flag down because lampposts are not Parish Council property. So there's a bit of a bureaucratic wrangling going on here, and I suspect a bit of political wrangling going on as well. The Parish Council are saying they're still liable for the cost of hiring the light. Now, it is complicated, but basically it boils down to the fact that you can't have Christmas lights and flags at the same time because it's health and safety.
No, it's not to do with health and safety, Dawn. It's not. Sorry, forgive me. No, forgive me. It's not. It's because it's because it's two different organisations that are responsible for two different things. So the Reform Kent County Council is responsible for the flags, but the Parish Council is responsible for the lights. And so it's two different organisations. Nothing to do with health.
But they are both saying that there is a safety issue involved. That is the reason behind it. But
it's about responsibilities. I would rather, but on your question, Dawn, I would rather see lights than flags because, and I didn't actually realise this. Look, we're three white women here, okay? And I didn't actually realise this. I went to Essex to go to so middle class me.
Well, you didn't realise you were a white woman?
Yeah, no, I did realise I was a white woman. I went to RHS Hyde Hall in Essex. And now I live in South London. There aren't many flags out in South London, although actually the original flag thing came from Birmingham.
Get on the subject.
Anyway,
God,
we went to Essex, and there are a lot more St George's flags. And I was texting one of my mates who's she's British, but she's Asian, and she said actually we had a discussion about it afterwards. She said how I just thought it's quite funny, like the flag's quite nice, whatever. And she said actually how awful it makes her feel when she sees these, and my other friends who are non-white, when they see these flags who are British born, and they see these flags, and it makes them feel they're not wanted in this country. Now I know it's not for everybody. Don't you let me speak? No,
well, you have done for 5 minutes.
Let me speak.
Finish your point.
Because they see these flags, and I know that not for everybody they're put up with this reason, but for some people they put them up, and Tommy Robinson giving out flags, and it makes them feel as if they're not wanted. These friends of mine,
by seeing the flag of the country,
seeing a flag. No, St George's.
Okay, so
if it's the Welsh flag, the UK
you've
flag,
had time now. Okay,
so
this
is what it stands for.
You've had the time now. If people are offended by the flag of this country, they shouldn't be in this country. I'm sorry. The British flag is the British flag. I'm sorry, and people
English. Different.
It's
the St George's Cross.
Right, you carry on.
No, Carole, make your...
No, because I just can't get a sentence out. So if you're offended by the flag of this country, maybe you shouldn't be. Maybe you're living in the wrong country. I'm sorry. It's not meant to be divisive. It's meant to show a feeling of pride in your country. This particular
rubbish.
Well, you can say it's rubbish, but that's what a lot of people feel. And I think this particular thing, this is two stupid councils butting heads and not actually sorting themselves out.
I agree.
I'm a big flag waver. I'm very much in support of flags. However, if a flag gets caught among the electricals and all the light, it could take out the whole village at the same time if there's some kind of fire or whatever. So I think for the purpose of the Christmas lights, take the flags down, put them somewhere else. Put them not on a flag, put them somewhere else. Or wait till after Christmas and put them right back up again. Because if you want a flag in your area, you should be allowed to have a flag in your area. End of story. And if you're offended by it, don't go to that area. This is Britain, and if you're going to fly the British flag or the English flag, you shouldn't be made to feel guilty about it.
It's the intention, though.
There's no intention. It's saying we're proud of our country. There's no racist intention. No, it's not. There is no racist intention in flying your country flag. I'm not offended by all the other flags that fly in this country that we see every single day of our lives. I'm not offended by them, but I am offended when somebody tells me to take my own flag down.
But when you have someone like Tommy Robinson...
Oh, stop bringing Tommy Robinson into it. These people in this village are not Tommy Robinson. They put the flags up because they want them in their village. People who want to make an argument, you've just lost the argument by invoking Tommy Robinson. You're making every Brit who wants a flag up into a Tommy Robinson. It's not the case.
I said some.
It's not the case.
I said some, and I agree. agree with you that if you can be proud of our country. I would like to see, as some people have done in Birmingham, because it's the Wheelie Warriors who started this with the flag of the flag of England, the flag of St George. What some people have done in Birmingham is they put up the Welsh flag, the Union flag, the Scottish Saltire.
You offended by any of them?
No, because that's everybody.
Good.
That's everybody. So I'm happy for that.
If you're
I'm
in
happy about
England
that.
and you want to fly the English flag, fly it. You're not being racist, and this is typical of the left. You're trying to make people look and feel far right because they want to fly their own flag.
The intention of some people.
It's not the intention
to be
of some
intimidating.
people. It is not.
And to say you are brown or black,
No, it's
and
not.
you are not properly British, and you're not welcome here.
That is not the case. That's your interpretation.
No, it's no, because they basically have said that.
Well, they can say it.
Feisty debate.
Some.
We'll come back to you both, but let's go to Sally in Devon now. Sally, the basic question is, would you rather have flags or Christmas lights in your local high street? But what do you make of what Carole and Emily have said as well?
There's a town near me called South Molton, and there's a big market hall there, and it's about 20 foot high, and they have banners in there that have been painted by local children, and these banners stay up all the time. But one year, the Tour of Britain was coming through South Molton, and in fact they cycled through the market hall. So the town council decided to decorate the market hall with green sprayed bicycles and all the shirts of all the teams that had gone through. Then they didn't take the children's flags down, they just left them there. And then it was Remembrance Sunday. Well, they hadn't taken down the bicycles or the shirts, but they decorated the hall again with poppies because it was the 100th year of whatever. Then, at Christmas time, they still had everything up, the banners, the bicycles, the poppies. They decorated it with Christmas lights. So I think we need to be... It was absolutely bonkers and absolutely wonderful, and I think everyone needs to chillax and be more South Molton.
I think,
bonkers
although you could say South Melton Council maybe need to take something down just occasionally, otherwise the building's
There should be
probably
poppies
gonna
of all year round, I think.
I love the poppies.
Everywhere.
I love the poppies.
All
Oh, there are
year
some
round.
poppies on my high street.
Sally,
in South
thank you
London.
so much. You've got them having a bit of a group hug in the studio, so I appreciate for that one. Don't go anywhere, though, because we're taking more of your calls on this very, very fighty debate. Would you rather have flags or Christmas decorations hanging from lampposts in your local high street? 0207 862 2222 is that number you need. We'll see you very soon. Before the break, we asked, in which country can you find the point that is furthest from the nearest ocean? And the answer is, you won't be surprised to hear, China. It's cunningly named as well, ladies. It's called the Eurasian Pole of Inaccessibility.
Right.
Clues in the title there.
Every day on this programme.
Every day's a school day.
Every day.
Welcome back. We are live on 5 with Carole and Emily are still with me, and we're having a bit of a group hug in the break there as well. Now, we are going to bring you some breaking news. Sky News is reporting that another foreign prisoner has mistakenly been released from prison, and a manhunt is currently underway. A 24-year-old Algerian man was released from HMP Wandsworth on Wednesday, the 29th of October. We'll bring you any more information on that story as soon as we get it. But back to the ladies, I know. OK, let's get back to the calls on whether you would rather have flags or Christmas decorations hanging from that. All the serious stuff here from the lamppost. A reform-run council, I think reform point is the point of this, has been told a village they need to take down the flag before hanging up festive lights. Get your calls coming in 0207 862 2222 is the number you need. Mate like Youssef from London, who's already called in. Youssef, basic question, fairy lights or flags?
I'll say fairy lights.
Oh, OK. What's wrong with flags?
To be honest, I feel like some people might find flags offensive.
You what, sorry, Youssef?
I feel like some people would find flags quite offensive.
Offensive,
different
yes,
countries.
right.
Why is it offensive, Youssef?
Thank you.
Why
Yes.
is flying the English flag in England offensive?
Say that again, sorry.
Sorry?
Carole says, why is flying the English flag in England offensive? Do you find it offensive personally, Youssef?
Me personally, no. But I did have some neighbours that really did find it offensive. And to be honest, I just feel like the world would be a happier place with, Christmas lights rather than flags.
Well, can we not have both?
Yes, exactly, both. Let's have both.
I mean, we do live in a free country, so I would say so, yeah.
There's got to be a way to fly a flag and have Christmas lights at the same time. They don't have to be next to each other, but it could happen, couldn't it, Youssef? Do you not think?
Generally speaking, yes. Yes, it could.
Yeah.
Okay, Youssef, thank you very much for your call there. Let's go to Glenn in Leeds. Glenn, flags or fairy lights?
Well, I say flags every time.
Oh, okay.
But just like to say, Carole, I've agreed with you. Everything you've said today, I love you.
You're a good man.
But anyway.
Good man, Glenn. Thank you.
But getting back to the flags and the Christmas thing, I don't like Christmas anyway.
Oh, come on, Glenn.
No. Don't you think it's costing, well, to put these things up anyway, don't you think it's costing money for the councils to run these things? That's energy. Now, no, listen. No, please. Flags, right? I don't care what they are. Jamaican, as long as it's lovely colour, England, Britain, Jamaican, and all these nice, lovely flags that we've got in this world. That would make it a lot better place to walk
Glenn,
through.
Christmas lights are lovely. They make people happy. They're great for kids. We can have both, can't we?
Well, that's up to councils and that's up to them, yeah, and personal.
Are you a Christmas Grinch, Glenn? Yes.
Yeah.
Glenn, I wanted to ask Carole.
I always see my grandkids okay.
That's good.
Glenn, ask Carole when she's putting her Christmas decorations
Once you're an
up.
adult and you don't believe in the man with the white beard, get rid.
Right, Carole, when are you putting your Christmas decorations
Well,
up?
it won't be long. I do like Christmas decorations. I mean, I want to get my tree up like last week in November, first week in December.
Okay. Will you have flags on your tree there, Carole?
No, I won't have flags on my tree. My tree is a very special thing. But I would, if I'm not averse to flying flags. I'm just not.
I've got a Union Jack bauble.
I'll
get you.
It would not go with my
I
colours.
think we've sorted that debate out there. Glenn, thank you very much for the call. Tracy in Wiltshire, flags or fairy lights?
Well, personally, I think we should have both. You've got to think. Christmas lights provide bright, colourful visual appeal during one of the coldest months of the year. It brightens people up, cheers up their mood completely.
Yes.
And I think in regards to flags, they're a point of national pride and identity, which we should also take, point with. And I think there's really no reason why we couldn't have both. Yes, of course, you have to make sure they're safe around, if you have got electrical points, like Carole said, you've got to be careful. But there's no reason why we can't have both.
What would you say to Emily's point, though, Tracy, that maybe some people are troubled by the reason these flags are being flown in the first place?
I don't think they're in the right country, pure and simple. If they can't take...
She's right.
Tracy.
If you're in England and you're offended by the English flag, you've got a problem.
But Tracy, there are many, many people who have their own flagpoles if they live out in the countryside and they fly the Union Jack, or they fly the Cross of St George, the English flag, or the Saltire if you're Scottish. But there are people who fly the flag of St George, particularly the English flag, who are doing it with the intention to tell people who are British-born, but non-white, British-born, that they shouldn't be here. And I don't think you can.
This is ridiculous what you're saying.
You can say that those people's feelings aren't allowed, that they're in the wrong country. I mean, that's really. I think that's so.
You
awful.
are actually saying that people are hanging flags up
Some
to actually tell people to go
Yes.
back to for when. That's tush. How do you know that?
Tracy's just said that they're in the wrong country. They're in the wrong country. But
Well, she's right. If you're living in England,
British people, Tracy.
if you're living in England and
One at a time, ladies.
if you're in England and the England flag offends you, then maybe you shouldn't be here.
But that's awful because they're English.
Well,
but they're English.
So why are they offended by the English flag?
Because they are not.
You just said
white.
it. You just said it. They're English.
Because some people hang the flag of St
No,
George.
you keep saying this.
If you're not white, you
Name
don't
us
belong
people,
here.
apart from Tommy Robinson, who do that, because that's the only name you've come up with today.
Okay.
People generally don't do that. They don't. They do it to show pride in their own country.
Tracy, thank you very much. That's not what you started there. Should we go to Norfolk? Because we all know what comes from Norfolk. Don't we? Loads of turkeys. And we have turkeys at Christmas. Matthew, fairy lights or flags?
Both.
Yes.
For me.
Okay.
I think Christmas is meant to be a fun time. You bring everybody together, right? It's meant to be a laugh. I'm not religious, so I don't celebrate it for religious reasons, but I don't get offended by people who do. The same with flags.
Okay.
I'm English, but I'm originally from London. Very multicultural in London. Now, many restaurants I would go in, takeaways, people I would visit, whatever. There would be Jamaican flags up, Ghanaian flags up. You know, you name it, right? Nobody once walked in or past those restaurants and thought, my goodness me, what an awful thing that they've got those flags up. But anybody puts the St. George's flag up, all of a sudden it's racist. Now also, yeah, some people do fly it for the wrong reason. So did the National Front also, you know. But that's not everybody, is it? What happens when the Euros are on? The World Cup, when Wimbledon's on, and you see Union Jacks and St. George's flags everywhere. There's no way you're telling me that everybody flying those flags are doing it for a racist reason. It's ridiculous. So if people want to put flags up,
my point, Matthew.
let them do it.
Okay. My point, Matthew, is twofold. First of all, I totally agree with you. People should be able to fly the flag of whatever country they want, and it's really nice on sort of national moments like a World Cup or Remembrance Sunday or whatever, when there's lots and lots of different flags, right? As Glenn, I think, said, you know, Jamaican flags, Caribbean flags, France, even the French, even our old enemy, the French, you know, the French flag, whatever.
But the second French flags.
But the second point is, so I'm very happy with flag flying. I love a flag. There's great colours. My point here is how it makes some people feel and the intention that some, not all, there's a lot of people who don't.
You've made this point three times now.
And it's how people feel. And
You've made the point.
If you don't see, it's very interesting that in London, I live in South London, very multicultural. In London, in South London, in London generally, you don't see the Cross of St. George apart from those times of like the World Cup supporting the English team. And the reason you don't see it in London is because it's so multicultural.
The reason people are flying... Oh, come on, Emily, enough. The reason people are flying the flag is because many British people in this country feel that they're being made to feel ashamed of their culture because of other cultures. We're being made to feel that we should accommodate every other culture apart from our own. That's why the flag gets flown. It's not to offend other cultures, it's to reiterate and to reinstate ours. That's why they're flying it.
Okay, I think, Matthew, thank you very much. Look after those turkeys for us. Let's go to Debbie in Leicestershire now. Debbie, flags or fairy lights?
Well, fairy lights because it makes you put you in a festive mood, and you need these fairy lights because to extinguish, it's a festive season, it's Christmas season, and the flags are in their own appropriate time. It's the council that's messing things up. They shouldn't put everything on every day. I understand when you got football on, you put football flags on. That's all good, but not everything put together. It doesn't make sense. If you are clashing your Christmas with other things like Diwali, like fireworks, they're going all year round. So you do not want them.
Okay, Debbie, thank you very much for that point. I think we've got time for Yasmin in South Yorkshire. Yasmin, what would you like to say?
Yes, hi there. Yeah, I would just, I'm okay with fairy lights, but I don't disagree. We can have flags, every single day of the year, but it's a celebration, and Christmas lights would be nice. And if it's about financial reasons, then the council should pay for fairy lights. But if anybody wants to put up flags, the St. George flag or the Union Jack, by all means, if they think that their Christmas will be better. But to be honest, I think Jesus won't be happy right now with the genocide that's happening in the Holy Land. So to him, he really won't be celebrating. So that's what I want to say. That is, it's up to each.
Yasmin, I think let's remember the true meaning of Christmas. Thank you very much, Yasmin, for that call. Thank you to Carole and Emily, who have been brilliant, and thank you for all your calls and for watching. Thank you for your company. Jeremy will be here at 9:15 in the morning, and Storm will be back tomorrow. Have a fantastic day. Thanks for your company. Take care.